Hey everybody, it's Dave in the Man Cave coming to you from where the music meets the mountains. We're doing our first review today. It's no surprise on the one and only, the incredible, the amazing band Blackberry Smoke, and it is their holiday homecoming. Stick around. We're going to talk about it in just a minute, but if you like this video, please like it, share it, subscribe. See you in a bit. Hey guys, if you didn't know, Blackberry Smoke is a band out of Atlanta, Georgia. It's made up of Charlie Starr, who is their lead singer and lead guitarist. I think he does most of their songwriting too. Followed by the brothers Turner, Britt, who is the drummer, and Richard, who is the bassist, who always tight, keeping the band together, running smooth. Paul Jackson is the guitarist and also provides vocals, who is just amazing. A sweetheart of a guy, you know, super cool, as are all the guys. And finally rounded off by Brandon, excuse me, still on keys. He is an amazing keyboardist, and what he adds to the band is just unbelievable element. A lot of people have compared Blackberry Smoke to Leonard Skinner, which is fair. I think that's, you know, definitely arguable. But when you're at the show, and especially shows like their homecoming, which here I've shown some pictures, but this is the DVD that is actually playing on now in the background. But it was just an atmosphere you can't explain. I mean, brothers and sisters understand, and people who've seen them, I don't know of anyone that I haven't taken to a Blackberry Smoke show who's not a huge fan now. They're just a super bunch of guys. They have a meet and greet, like VIP package, that for a lot of the shows where they're headlining. And if you do get a chance to see them, please make sure they're headlining, because it's unbelievable. But everything that they raise during those meet and greets goes to, I believe, the Children's Hospital of Atlanta, or the Children's Cancer Research Institute in Atlanta. Not 100% on that, but I know that it's for the Children's Hospital in Atlanta on one aspect or the other. But they're always super kind, always willing to listen, shake your hand. They're grateful that you're grateful for them. You get the little medallion here. There's one of the three-legged rooster. I don't know if that's coming in, or maybe I'll get a shot of that one. And the other psychedelic Blackberry Smoke logo, you get a little, usually it's on my hat, but now it's here for this one. But all that aside, I've waited a year for this DVD and this CD and this album, and my God, was it worth the wait. First at the show, Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown opened for him. Young kid, I forget what his age was, but he played a lot on a Fender Strat. But anyways, amazing guitarist, young kid, and tore it up. It was just such a good show, good way to get you psyched up for the homecoming show that we're soon about to talk about. But also rounding out, not only were was it Charlie, Britt, Richard, Paul, and Brandon, but Benji Shanks filled in, and you see him regularly with Blackberry Smoke. He's an amazing guitarist, as well as Preston Holcomb and the Black Betty sang backup vocals for the show at the Tabernacle. And if you haven't been to that venue, you gotta go. It's so cool. Such a good time. You get to maybe take a ride on the Ferris wheel before or after. It's a blast. But anyways, whereas the album, I can't recommend it enough. I've seen the band multiple times. I've never seen them do a bad show. When I say multiple, I'm talking in the dozens. I've never seen a bad show, and always giving 100%. Now, having said that, getting back to the review of Holiday Homecoming that was filmed in 2018 on November 23rd, the energy level was palpable. There was times during the show and during the set list, they always have a good mix of their songs, because they've got quite a few out there and they can't play all of them every time. But I've seen them back to back, one night and then the next night, and it seems like I'm getting new songs other than their closer and a couple of other ones that you might get a ride on your hands if you don't play, like One Horse Town or Pretty Little Lie. You're gonna get in, a tussle if you don't play that song. There's a lot of people out there who want to hear it. But anyways, they did a rendition of their song Free on the Wing and dedicated it to Tom Petty and Greg Allman, and it was unbelievable. Benji was on stage for that one, and him and Charlie traded some guitar licks. It was unreal. There's also times where you'll be listening to some of their other songs where they like go into one of their songs called Sleeping Dog, and then it goes into Come Together from the Beatles, and it's just seamless, and you're kind of just floating along, and it's like you go on a little psychedelic trip sometimes with these guys. And they did a couple covers during the show that were just unbelievable too. I'm trying to think of the one, it was either Space Captain or I actually don't remember which song it was, but Charlie goes off into this tangent and just starts hammering away on his guitar, and it's just unreal. Tyler, I think his name's Bryant, was out there with them during the encore, and it was just amazing. Seriously amazing. Now, I know I feel like I'm just talking up this whole review and just telling you, oh yeah, go out and get this album, you're gonna love it. But I am 100% honest when I say, go out and get this album, you're gonna love it. It's unbelievable. Or this is the DVD case, but you can get the DVD, you can get it in CD, you can get it in digital, and you can get it on vinyl. It also comes with a signed poster from the guys. Again, when you meet them, they're always willing to sign. I've got tons of stuff in here. I've got to meet them a few times. I've got a ton of these pendants, and every time they're as cool as the first time I met them. Now, I'm sure everybody's probably already clicked somewhere else or gone to another site to check out YouTube. But I'm gonna reveal a little something as to why Blackberry Smoke is so important to me. I mean, my wife knows this, and I've never hidden it from anyone, but other than they're just an amazing band that has a live show that's just raw. It's them, it's amplifiers, it's, you know, guitars and bass and keys and drums, just everybody at their best in the top of their game. But they also too, Charlie Starr, like I mentioned, is their writer, and I've got to see him a few times in acoustic gigs, and he's just an amazing musician. He makes it look effortless. As a matter of fact, while I'm filming this right now, he's going in to Come Together while he's playing Sleeping Dogs, and it's just unbelievable. You've got to experience Blackberry Smoke for yourself. Now, having said all that, last July, well, let me start over. I've been to Blackberry Smoke since their Whippoorwill album, and I think that's where it got a lot of fans, is because it has a couple songs that are their go-tos, the Pretty Little Lies, One Horse Town, Whippoorwill. It's just a great album. But anyways, if that's your first Blackberry Smoke album, you can't go wrong, but none of them are bad. And you can feel their growth from their very first album to Find a Light. And that leads me to my point is, I saw an interview where Charlie said that they named their album in Find a Light, because right now here in the U.S., it feels like we're divided, some dark times and stuff like that, but you got to find a light. Mine has been music for a long time, but after July 24th of last year, I was diagnosed with what is called relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis. Now, it's not that big a deal. If you're going to get multiple sclerosis, that's the one to go ahead and get. That's my medical advice for the day. But on the way home, I was driving by myself and my wife was in her car and I was behind her, and I had in Find a Light. And the song, well, I'll share it. It's I've Got This Song. And there was a line in it that made me rewind the song, and it was about how I've got a few good friends who would answer my call. And I realized that even though I just got this really bad news, I was a blessed man. I have, an amazing wife, an amazing life. I got the man cave. It's awesome, Life is good, even with that bad news. But that song turned me around. And since then, this past year, and you'll even see, if I can point it out in the video, you'll see me up there like this, screaming like an idiot. And I've lost 50 pounds since then. I'm fitter now. My blood work is better now than when I was probably in my late 20s, early 30s. And these guys were a big reason for that. They were motivators. Their music appeals to a wide audience, but sometimes you hear their songs and you feel like they wrote it for you. There's been a second band too called Blues Traveler in my life that had that effect, and I don't know why it's black and blue, but Blackberry Smoke and Blues Traveler. But both of them, if you know me, that you know that both bands are pretty important to me. But anyways, I digress. It's just kind of wanted to let you guys know, this being only my third video posted here to YouTube, it's not about numbers or what do they call it, monetized or anything like that. I'm doing this for the fun of it and to share the love of music and to get people listening and going out to shows and getting their phones down. That's one thing I noticed during the homecoming DVD, is how many of the photographers that were working the show, which it was shot really well too, by the way. I didn't even comment on that. It was an amazing job. Some of the shots they got were just unbelievable. But they'd get into the crowd and they'd film shots of people's phones taking shots of the show, and it's in there. I thought it was kind of funny because I was at a show in Philadelphia one time, and as soon as the headliner came on, I'll bet you 50% of the hands went in the air, or at least the right or left hands went in the air, each with a phone, and the people are staring at their phone, and 20 yards in front of them is Jason Isbell and Chris Stapleton playing. I don't know, but it's not my world. It's just my man cave. But anyways, wrapping up, go get Blackberry Smoke's Homecoming. I'm gonna plaster it up right there because I'm tired of throwing it at you on the screen there. You won't regret it. I would say that Blackberry Smoke is an acquired taste, but if you know good music, you're gonna like them. Earlier we started talking about the throwback to Leonard Skinner and it being fair, but there's so many influences you hear in this band. To say that you don't hear the Allman Brothers would be redonkulous. And the Dead, and just so much. I hear the Beatles. There's a song they have called Normal Town off their very first album. To me, it sounds like it could have been on a Beatles album in 1970, one, but I don't know. I digress. I thank you for making it this far with me, and until next time, be good, share the love, and I'll talk to you later where the music meets the mountains. Hey, it's Dave in the Man Cave. Thanking you for making it through to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Remember, please like, share, subscribe. Means a lot. Spread the love. Hey, you made it to the end. Thanks. I didn't think anybody made it to the end of these things, but I got a little something for you. That's a digital copy of the album I just reviewed. I already had mine, so I might as well share it with a friend. Alright. Love you. See you soon.